This is The Tea Project with your host, Gadiel and Michelle, a husband and wife duo where they will be discussing countless topics such as parenting and marriage, personal finance, managing a household, personal and professional development, and so much more. Gadiel is a father, husband, a military veteran, and a lawyer. Michelle is a mother, wife, boss, and above all, a productivity enthusiast. Each week, they will be providing you with fresh and valuable content, so stay tuned. And now, welcome to The Tea Project.
Hey, folks. Welcome to another episode of Tea Project.
Hi, folks. Hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to brainstorm some good and some inexpensive Valentine's Day ideas. This coming Friday is actually Valentine's Day, the 14th.
Well, folks, let me give you quickly give you a little bit of background on Valentine's Day. It originated as a Western Christian feast day where they honored one or two of the early saints, which were named Valentinus. Valentine's Day is recognized as a significant cultural, religious, and commercial celebration of romance and romantic love in many of the regions around the world.
So, Gadiel, let's start with Valentine's ideas for him and her, significant others, husband and wives, however you want to.
So one thing that you can easily do is you can go on to Groupon, see what events, what shows, festivities, and even restaurants that are available and that are selling tickets for Valentine's Day, and then book it.
So those who are thinking about booking something right now, what do you advise them?
Listen, I think if you're waiting until now to book something, you may be a little too late, especially here in Miami. Folks don't mess around. They take this very serious. They're booking things 3-4 weeks in advance. But doing nothing is not an option here, folks. You don't want to look silly to your significant other or someone else by not, giving them something special.
All right. So, how about those who are single?
Well, for the single folks, look, easy. You look at your phone and see who else is single, and call them. Say, hey, you want to do something Friday? You want to get together, have some pizza, watch a movie, or maybe even just go out to a local restaurant or something like that and hang out.
And if that's not necessarily the type of thing that you want to do, I assume that maybe you guys can, or that you can go out with your guy friends or your girlfriends or whatever as a group and just have a good time.
Right. Make it a group thing.
Right. So, any date ideas for those couples who have kids, say for instance?
Yeah. So, one thing that we tried different last year is that we have two kids, 7 and a 5-year-old. So that last year we said, let's try something different. Instead of me taking you out, Michelle, I said, hey, why don't we just have the kids, our two boys, take you out and make it a son and mom Valentine's Day.
And at first, I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I kind of want to have a time just you and I because we're always around the kids.
Right.
But it was, you have to make it a routine to go out on dates or to go out as a couple more often than not. But I took that opportunity to sort of show them, this is how you treat a lady. This is how you behave in a restaurant. I mean, not that we've never taken them to a restaurant, but this is how you treat a lady in general. Show them that chivalry isn't dead.
Right.
And it was a nice experience.
And also, if you're going to try this idea, before the guys actually, through the process.
Rehearse.
Not the rehearsal, but say, hey, you're going to play the guy, right? You're going to play the dad. You're taking mom out, so dress nice for Valentine's Day. You're going to open the door for mom to the restaurant. You're going to order the food for her. Look at the menu and say, and when the waitress or waiter comes, say, hey, I'm going to order, I'm going to have this. She's going to have this. And sort of like take that role and have fun with it.
Right. So any inexpensive ideas? Maybe just specifically just in ways of saying I love you. It doesn't require money, so.
Right. So an easy thing you can do is what I'm about to do. Michelle, I love you.
I love you too.
You see, that doesn't cost you anything. But sometimes when you've been together so long, it just doesn't roll off your tongue because you've been around together so long. So just, you can start by saying, I love you, wake up in the morning and say, I love you.
Leave little special notes around the house.
Write a note and put in the purse or in the bag or whatever. Another thing you can do, and it's not cheap, but I mean, it can be, just depends, is you can send a edible arrangements to your significant other's workplace if they work, or have it delivered to their house if they're stay-home mom or dad.
And that you could probably look for a Groupon for
right,
that.
And they probably have Groupons for that too. So, just think of something, Google and just see different ideas, different ways, but try to do something,
All right, and so we do every Friday we do movie nights.
Right.
So this Friday being, Valentine's Day, what kind of movies do you think would be appropriate either for us to watch by ourselves or to watch them with the kids, and maybe at the beginning and then once they go to sleep, we watch our own movies? What would you advise for family with kids and for couples just on their own?
Right. So look, if it's the couples, no kids, you can there's some really, really good movies. You can watch a funny romantic movie, Valentine's Day. That was pretty good when it came out. You can go as romantic as The Notebook. You can watch P.S. I Love You. You can watch When Harry Met Sally if you're into the 90s movies. You've Got Mail. I mean, you can go way back then, to watch those movies. But one of my favorites is Serendipity. Now, if you have Netflix, Prime, or even PureFlix, there are catalogs or categories of romantic movies. Just be thoughtful, look for the one that you think is going to be the best one and make it. And have some popcorn, some chocolate, things like that while you're watching the movie.
So pretty much any of the Nicholas Sparks movies.
Right. You can easily Google Nicholas Sparks books and see which one they converted into a movie and just watch those if they're available. Now, if you have kids, it's a little tough because depending on their age, maybe you don't want to watch the Titanic or The Notebook because there's some scenes that are probably not good for kids. So,
I think any Disney movie.
Any Disney. That's what I was going to say.
Disney movie.
If you have Disney Plus, any
Lady
Disney
and the
movie.
Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp, Aladdin, Dumbo. I mean, these are good movies that you can watch for the kids on Valentine's Day.
And they don't necessarily have to be like couples. It could just be just any movie that may show love and family. And
right.
I mean, the first one I can think of is Dory.
Right. Actually, it was good.
That doesn't necessarily have to be
right. It doesn't.
Thing.
It doesn't. I mean, that's our thing, though. We do every Friday watch a movie and popcorn.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll end it with the vacation ideas. Usually, we like us living in Miami. We've got our back door. Our backyard is full of things to do, but interestingly enough, we really don't do much here in Miami. We kind of just stay close within maybe 15, 20 miles radius.
Right.
But when we do go anywhere, if we take a trip, it's usually to Disney or Orlando. Right. So a couple of interesting things that Disney does is they have a Disney cake hotline where you can order a cake on Valentine's Day. And I'm assuming you could probably do that any other time, but specifically for Valentine's Day, they'll have it delivered to a specific restaurant or maybe even to your hotel. I'm also assuming that that's with their resorts. I don't know about outside hotels.
Yeah.
You have couple spas experience. They do fireworks just as they do every other time. But I imagine that they do something specific for Valentine's for that. I believe Port Orleans Riverside Resort does carriage rides. Disney Springs does balloon rides. And then, or you could just do a simple romantic stroll down on Disney Boardwalk. There we go. Right. So,
but if you don't live near Orlando and you just live like, California, New York, Texas, just do a quick Google search, and just type in Valentine's Day festivities, events, and see what comes up.
Right.
And you'll be amazed. A lot of these things don't cost any money at all. It just requires you to do a little homework and planning. And
or just a simple road trip. I mean, You get in your car. Right. You can go, if you live in Florida, you can go to St. Petersburg, St. Augustine. You can go to
Tampa,
the Keys, Tampa,
St. Augustine. I mean, there's a lot of places.
Right.
There's a lot of places you can go.
You could even go to the beach down the road. Well, it's not really down the road. It's like a 20-minute drive. Anyhow, is there anything else you want to?
Well, look, just whatever you do something. At a minimum, say I love you to those who you love. And, just have fun with it, folks. Have fun.
Yep.
Be spontaneous. Do something. Do something different.
Okay, folks. So that's all for our show today. If you liked our show today, please hit the like button below. And if you don't want to miss any of our episodes or our future episodes, please hit the subscribe button below. We challenge you today to share your I love yous with the people that mean the most to you. So with that being said,
folks, stay blessed. Until next time.
Next time.